What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking down the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Super EZA here. So this is actually kind of a big deal because this is our very first LR Super EZA that we're going to be getting, right? We have not yet seen one of these. So there is one slight difference that I noticed while I was checking out all the details for this event. If we take a look at the battle info, normally we're dealing with attack power being relevant based on what category you're on. But obviously for the LR EZAs, the way it's always been set up is that the only way you can get extra attack power is by having the legendary power link skill active. So even for the Super EZA, for LR EZAs, you want to use LRs, right? They have kept that consistent. And then for defense purposes, you want to use Android Cell Saga. So you know, then there's the missions work the exact same as normal. So we've got the the first one there is for the 3 Extreme Z Awakened characters. The second one here is going to be for tournament participant category members. You need at least 3 of them on your team. And then beyond that, they want us to finish this in 4 minutes. So this is going to be kind of interesting. We're going to have to jump in and see if this feels any different. So I did meet all of the requirements here. All of these units are on Android Cell Saga, so they've all got, you know, the ability to defend. We do have most of these characters are EZA'd. The only 2 that aren't are going to be the future Gohan and then the brand new Super Saiyan 2 Gohan here. And then the middle 4 are all tournament participants. So we're going to have plenty of that to work with as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in here and see if we can get this done in 4 minutes with this team. If not, we do also have the possibility to build an LR team that is not including Android Cell Saga units, but that is still like OP enough that it can tank the event and maybe clear it in the 4 minutes, because as long as we've got legendary power active, we're still going to be able to do damage in this stage, right? So we'll see how that looks. But yeah, for now, let's go ahead and jump in and see how we can do here. Ideally, I would like to just continuously use all, you know, Android Cell Saga teams as we go through this. But yeah, we'll see. That might be a cheeky strat we can take advantage of. Okay, so we've got the 2 EZA'd characters we want to leave on rotation. They're obviously going to do more damage for us. Oh, this actually works out really well because we've got the 2 cells that are going to link up together on the next rotation as well, right? So yeah, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, I will float him as well. Again, just because he is not EZA'd, he's not going to be doing as much damage here. He will have the legendary power link active to at least be able to do some damage. Like, I imagine in these stages, if you were to use a character that does not have the legendary power link up and is not EZA'd, that unit would do like no damage here at all, right? That would be safe to assume, because there's those 2 different ways to get the extra damage buffs in this stage. Oh, wait, actually, no, I misspoke. Because it did show us in the event details that EZA'd characters don't actually do more damage in the LR EZAs. Yeah. It's just going to be the legendary power link that affects things. So in that case, I might actually put the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan first slot. Because we don't really have a slot 1 unit on that rotation or anything. I don't think we're going to need it, to be honest. But yeah, like even this un-EZA'd future Gohan here is doing just as much damage. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I think that's probably the wisest way to set things up for us. We'll do this, and then we'll get him an 18-key super there at the end. Okay. We should be good to go here. Let's see. Alright, we got a nasty 14 million attack stat coming in there. That is very good indeed. Okay, it's looking like we're pretty easily going to be able to get this 4-turn clear in here with the Gohan, right? Alright, awesome. Yeah, and then with that 3rd super attack, this should be GG's right here. If not, he'll have a sliver. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, the 4-turn clear thing is not going to be a problem for most people. I imagine, I mean, I got that done so quickly, literally in 2 minutes. You wouldn't have even needed, like, the new Anniversary LR to take care of that. A lot of those units are pretty old too, so yeah, I don't see this one being too difficult for people. Yeah, we were able to get all of the missions done there pretty easily. But yeah, if we take a look at the battle info, it doesn't even highlight that you need EZA characters in order to be effective when attacking, right? So any LRs will do. You just want to make sure to have a full team of LRs. So I suppose the same way as we do normal LR EZAs, where you can completely ignore the effective category because it only gives you defense, you could just run a Beast Gohan team in here, right? And just absolutely tear through it with, like, UI Goku and stuff like that. So I suppose you have that option as well. Let me see what my friends are doing here. If anybody's got anything special. Yeah, so, like, okay, this is a perfect example. Let's take a look at DBC Lee. So it looks like he just prioritized having the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan there, and there's no other Android Cell Saga characters on the team at all. He just built a full power team, and then brought a bunch of physical LRs that are going to be able to activate that legendary power link for him. And then it looks like also Namek Frieza, who is just a really, really good tank, right? And he has type advantage, so even though he's not going to be providing legendary power, he can still tank very well, and won't get you killed there. So, yeah. And then, like, we can see Kaido here did the same thing. Just made a full power team with a bunch of hard-hitting LRs. Has a couple more Android Cell Saga units on the team, though, which, again, does help for your defense. You can always throw those guys in slot 1. But yeah, so not too difficult. And then these people are clearing in under a minute. I think that's probably because they're just one-turning the fights with the friend Rainbowed Gohan, right? So yeah, you do have that option as well. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so yeah, pretty easy fight. We're probably not going to do any more runs there. I'll do the rest of my runs to get the remainder of the medals off camera. But before we finish up the video, I do want to go ahead and take a look at the new Extreme Z Awakened kit here. So let's go ahead and switch to the wiki and take a look. Alright, so obviously his leader skill is going to stay exactly the same. Just at the 120 level, which, hey, if this guy is looking real solid, maybe that could be something decent to use in Ultimate Clash for some people, right? Okay, so starting out, he's going to have 258% defense in base. Okay, and then he is an Orb Changer. Oh, awesome, so he's got the exact same ability here as the Tech Cell. This is the first time that they're adding these abilities to character kits, which is really, really exciting. So he is going to be a Type Orb Changer of changing Tech into Int, and then he also is a Rainbow Orb Changer, excluding Tech and Int, so you're going to get really, really good orb changing on any rotation that he is on. That's actually very exciting to see. And then he receives an additional 2 Key Spheres per Key Sphere obtained, just like before, and then he's giving Superclass allies a 40% buff to stats. All of that is just in base, okay, and then it's about to get quite nasty here, I can see. Okay, so when there is an Extreme Class enemy, all enemies' defense goes down by 40%, and then chance of evading enemies' attack goes up by 40%. Wow. Okay, so he gets 40% dodge against Extreme Class enemies. That's cool. Subtracting the enemy's defense doesn't really do much. If that was subtracting attack, that would be insane, but the defense doesn't really matter, honestly. Okay. So when attacking with 12 or more ki, he gets defense 158%. That is going to be a multiplicative buff, so it's actually going to proc with a much higher number than 158. For every Key Sphere obtained, he's getting 50% attack. That's good. And then with... Okay, it's like he has all of these key stacking abilities here. Okay, awesome. So with 3 or more Key Spheres obtained, he gets an extra 158% attack. And then... 50% damage reduction and 50% crit chance. With 7 or more Key Spheres obtained, he gets another 158% attack and 50% crit. So at that point, he'll be at 100% chance to critical hit, as long as you get 7 Key Spheres. And then with 10 Key Spheres, he gets another 158% attack. And then with 15 Key Spheres, he gets another 158% attack. That is insane. Wow. Okay. And then he's got this little ability at the end here. When HP is 58% or less starting from the 4th turn, he is going to change everything into Int Key Spheres, and then he gets 30% damage reduction before attacking. Very, very nice. Wow. That is quite good. Okay, so he doesn't actually give himself a true nuke, because he's not giving himself anything where it's like attack and defense per Key Sphere obtained, right? Oh, well, I'm lying to you. I'm straight up lying to you. He gets that on attack, but not for defense, right? And I think it's because of this ability here. If he were able to proc this and then get 50% defense with all 23 key spheres, he would be absolutely invincible on that turn. And I think he's still going to be basically invincible with the extra 30% damage reduction that he's getting there, especially if you're against an extreme class enemy, because you'll also have the dodge in there on top of this extra defense chance here. So yeah, on this turn, when this procs, if you're able to get the low HP, he is going to look really, really, really good defensively. But on any other turn, he's just going to be an insanely hard-hitting unit, right? I kind of want to, like, calculate all this. So 158 times 4. Let me do that on a calculator here real quick and see how much that actually is. 158 times 4 is going to be 632%. Okay, he's also giving the 40% right here. So that's going to be 672% plus the 50% that you get for every single key sphere obtained. So yeah, that's pretty good. He's going to have a lot of attack, right? Yeah, I am excited to see how hard this guy is going to be hitting. Okay, so then let's go ahead and take a look at his super attack effects, just for a quick reminder. Okay, so he does have defense raises on super as well, which is going to help, right? With the base defense that he gets here, this defense with the 12 key or more, and then the raises on super attack, that is all going to make him defensively viable. So yeah, I think this unit is not going to be like a glass cannon. A unit's kit that comes to mind is like the Tech LR Broly. I'm going to go ahead and pull him up really quick so we can do a quick comparison. Okay, this guy here. Yeah, so he is another unit that, like, is just built, you know, has multiple things in his kit that are going to give him a lot more attack and stuff like that. And he is built very, very offensively viably, but he is a little bit of a glass cannon just because he doesn't have the most amazing defensive, you know, stuff in his kit. He's just all stats, and he doesn't really, you know, he doesn't have damage reduction. He's not getting a bunch of a guard or dodge or anything like that, right? So yeah, you're purely depending on stats with this guy. Okay, so he does get the great defense raise on Ultra Super, and then no defense raises on 12 key. Whereas the Gohan is going to get a normal defense raise on 18 key, but then when he does additional attacks, he continues to raise it because he'll have the 30% raise on his normal 12 key super attack as well, right? Okay, so this guy has base stats. Okay, so he doesn't get quite as much stacks, but then the stacks he get are a little bigger each time. And he is also stacking defense with the key spheres obtained as well. So that's a really, really scary part of it, right? Because he's getting the 120 here and the 120 here, which help him out a lot. But then if we look at Gohan, he just has the... Well, I mean, I suppose he already has the 240 right there, right? So he has, what, 200% in base versus Gohan is 258 in base. And then he gets this when attacking, which does more than 150, right? And then he also has this. So yeah, I think he's going to be looking about as defensively viable as this guy. And as long as you're able to get off a super attack with him first and get that great raise in, then he is double-digit tanking normals and maybe, like, not super attacks. So I think you're probably going to be dealing with the same thing here, right? Where as long as you're able to get off the super attack for him, like, one super attack is going to be fine enough. As long as you get, like, the 12 key or whatever and proc these, then he's going to be able to tank normals perfectly fine. But, again, he still probably could get clapped up with a super because he doesn't have any, like, guard or damage reduction or anything else. He's just going to be dealing with pure stats, right? So, yeah, I would assume he is going to be about as defensively viable as this guy, and he's going to hit way, way harder than this guy, right? So I am super excited to see that, especially because... pardon me, during the Dokkan Ultimate Thrilling Battle event that came out recently, we had to hit the damage cap on that event, and you weren't allowed to use items to artificially boost your damage, so you had to figure out a way to do that. I ultimately ended up doing that with the Family Kamehameha STR LR Gohan, the future Gohan that was, you know, hit the damage cap with his standby, you know, finish skill effect, but I was getting really, really close with this guy. He was hitting like 86 million with crits and stuff like that. So the fact that this guy can be juiced to that level just means this guy's definitely going to be able to hit the damage cap for sure. So yeah, I cannot wait to use this guy. He looks pretty exciting to me. And then also, you know, just being a Gohan, he's on like all of these teams, so many good teams, including Earth Protecting Heroes, Battle of Fate. Oh, I love these teams so much. Okay, he's also on Demonic Power, so he's going to be on Glorio's team. Yeah, he's going to have a lot of fun places to be used. And then also, this is very exciting. This is another Android Cell Saga buff, which has kind of been a highlight here in part 2 of the anniversary, right? Because we got the brand new Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Hello, who isn't on here. Oh, he's not listed as a linking partner because he has the exact same name as him, so they don't link together, right? But the brand new Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and then the EZA Tech Cell as well. So yeah, very, very exciting stuff. I cannot wait to use this guy, take him into some events. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for this one. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.